get right into it. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so in this, what I'm going to be doing is editing a lot of the so-called sounds. My voices. Hello, there we are. I'm going to be going through here and picking out some of the segments of the actual episode. What I had already done here is minimized all the music tracks from Epidemic Sound. That's what ES is right here all along. These are the songs that I ended up choosing to put in this episode because I think it worked. I think it worked really well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut up a lot of the voice audio in this and like try to explain adding the audio tracks. So uniquely about my episode is that every time I do a crazy episode, I usually take. Come on, it always does that when it doesn't. There we go. No, that's not. Why is that there? There's nothing even in there. That's gonna go bye. Doesn't need to be there. Nothing there. Right here, this one. Yeah. So what I'll end up doing is I'll cut out here at this piece. This is my so-called signature episode, or signature. One of the unique episodes. Usually, I'll end up putting like an Easter egg right in this spot to allow the listeners to know, oh, this is something different. This is kind of interesting, so that way they can see it. So we're gonna get right into it. Let's start it from here, and once we get going, I'll stop and start talking about it. Here we go.
We're being hailed.
Stargazer Central. Come in, Stargazer Central. Hailing Gary.
Hello.
Gary, do you copy? Gary, there is a inquiry request on the telegraph lines. Are you able to provide some information of that? Much appreciated. Much obliged. End of transmission. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, whatever time of dimension that you are in. This is your host, Chris. Welcome to Interstellar Frequency. All right, so that right here is... Hello. Why is it always never wanting to work when you want it to work? So right here, I'm going to cut this out. Not cut it, but... Interstellar Frequency. So right here. Interstellar. That's not what I want. So we're going to cut this. I want to try to make it sure that I get it at the cut where I want it to be. So Command T, those of you that are using Apple or Logic. Interstellar Frequency. Now, you could cut it shorter than what's there. Excuse me. You can cut it shorter than what's there. But I'm not, because I'm going to add some sound effects from different stuff. So I'm Option drag this down to a new track.
So now, here I'm going to go to my nice user patches of creation of user patches and select what voices that I'm going to use. This one right here, and this is what it would sound like.
Interstellar frequency.
So it does that echoing sound with it. Not just that. That one's a really good one for key pops and whatever it is I'm talking about, or trying to make the user really think about. Carl Sagan, for sure. Definitely Carl Sagan. And let's see what that one sounds like.
Interstellar frequency.
It's a little loud, but that's okay. We'll take this guy and we're going to bring this guy down a little bit and bring Carl Sagan down just a little bit too. Replay it.
Interstellar frequency.
A little bit better. All right, now I want another one, which is going to be something that is going to really pop. Well, yeah, warp factor. Here we go. Let's do that one.
Interstellar frequency.
Yeah, that really pops. Bring that one volume down. Okay, let's do another one. So I got about 4 voices now. What is that? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, 4. So this one, I'd like to make it like a little kid, which I think I had that. Which is Chromatic George is good too. Caller or Artificial Helper, maybe. What does that one sound like? We single out the track and listen to it.
Interstellar frequency.
No. Let's do this one.
Interstellar frequency.
Yeah. Caller.
Interstellar frequency.
Yeah, I'll run that one. It's like a little kid. That'll work. And we need one more. Take option, drag, and we're going to go probably with Chromatic George. Let's see what that one sounds like.
Interstellar frequency.
No, too bland. About Dating Game. What's that one sound like?
Interstellar.
Too much. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe Fintress. That might work.
Interstellar frequency.
Wow, that's hardcore. How about Guardian Down Under?
Interstellar frequency.
Digital Cosmos, maybe?
Interstellar frequency.
Dating Game.
Interstellar frequency.
That's way loud. Way, way loud. I can always go back and adjust that for sure. Dark Symbiote, maybe?
Interstellar frequency.
Yeah, I'll keep that one. All right, so that's what I'm going to work with, those ones right there. So we're going to adjust the volume on these guys because some of them are a little too much. Bring that one down. Bring this one here. We're going to take this. I'm going to pop the volume here on this guy. So the reason why I'm doing 4 dots is because I'm leaving this other area of volume on the rest of the audio track up. Like, especially if it was on your regular normal audio track, you'd always want to have 4 dots if you're going to basically adjust the volume. Makes it easier for what you're doing. You can bring the volume down on your original audio track and then let it play.
Interstellar frequency.
There you have it. Here we go. Yay! You guys are back with me again, listening. And it's so awesome. There's so many of you over across the world that are listening, and people close to home that are listening, and that's freaking awesome. So thank you. Thank you. That's way awesome. So, yeah, school's about to start all over again. The kids are going back to school. Another day have gone by. The kids are getting older. And, oh my God, I'm getting older. And I just realized how close I am to 50.
Oh, God.
It's like, shit. Time flies by when you're having fun. It's amazing how that works. Time flies by when you're having fun. Let's do something with that. Time flies by when you're having fun. Okay, so we're gonna go right here, and we're gonna edit this out here. Time flies by when you're having fun. So time flies by when you're having fun. Okay, there we are. So here, Command T. Time flies by when you're having fun. And Command T again. And then we're going to drop this guy. I'm going to Option drag drop it to let's do Guardian. Let's see how that sounds. I'm going to do the volume again on this guy. Here, drop the volume down. Hey, I'm going to drop the volume down a little bit, and we're going to raise the volume up on Guardian a little bit. And let's see how that sounds. Time flies by when you're having fun. See, it's a little low. So we're going to bring this up again. Time flies by when you're having fun. Time flies by when you're having fun. Let's bring this up a little bit so you can hear it. Go back a little bit. It's like, shit. Time flies by when you're having fun. It's amazing how that works. That's a lot better. So it emphasizes on that. It's a key point is like, you don't have many minutes to live. I mean, you do, but you really don't when you look at the grand picture of everything. When you're actually sitting there smelling the roses and everything like that and trying to take everything in, next thing you know, you blink and it's like a new year has gone by already. Like, damn. How do you slow time down? How do you stop and smell the roses for a moment and just kind of relax and enjoy in the moment? And then it's like, I go over to, family members' houses and friends' houses and stuff like that and help out. And it's like, everybody's world is in a chaotic mess and everybody's freaking trying to get this done, trying to accomplish that, trying to do this, trying to do that. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Baby steps, one thing at a time. Enjoy the moments. The moment that you have, no matter what time or moment you're in. That's what's the key. Like, if you can just savor those moments more than anything else instead of worrying about what you got to do tomorrow and the next day, it's going to come. So I'm going to actually cut that whole piece because that's actually a pretty good piece. Where the hell did it start? That's the next question. And then it's like, I go over to, family members' houses and friends' houses and stuff like that and help out. And it's like, everybody's world is in a chaotic mess and everybody's freaking trying to get this done, trying to accomplish that, trying to do this, trying to do that. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Baby steps, one thing at a time. Enjoy the moments. So right here, yeah, right here. It's baby steps. So let's take this And we're going to option drag this guy down to Carl Sagan. And we're going to take the volume down on this one a little bit. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, baby steps, one thing at a time. Enjoy the moments. The moment that you have, no matter what time or moment you're in. That's what's the key. Like, if you can just savor those moments more than anything else instead of worrying about what you got to do tomorrow and the next day, it's going to come. There's no way of stopping it. It's going to happen. See, that's right there. It's like, kind of gives you a little bit of context. Warp Factor was good, but let's emphasize it a little bit more. So let's take this guy and drop this guy down again into Guardians of Forever. Let's bring the volume down a little bit, and let's play it again, see what we get. This done, trying to accomplish that, trying to do this, trying to do that. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know, baby steps, one thing at a time. Enjoy the moments. The moment that you have, no matter what time or moment you're in. That's what's the key. Like, if you can just savor those moments more than anything else instead of worrying about what you got to do tomorrow and the next day, it's gonna... There we go. So it's popping a little bit better. Bring this volume down. Bring this one up a little bit more. And let's see what we get. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, baby steps, one thing at a time. Enjoy the moments. The moment that you have, no matter what time or moment you're in. That's what's the key. Like, if you can just savor those moments more than anything else instead of worrying about what you got to do tomorrow and the next day, it's going to come. Yeah, better. There's no way of stopping it. It's going to happen. Whatever happens the next day, who cares? It's tomorrow. What you need to be worried about is right now. This moment. Right here. Right now. Uh-huh. Who cares? It's tomorrow. What you need to be worried about is right now. This moment. Right here. Right now. It's a key factor. Well, in my episode, it's a key factor. So this is why I'm highlighting it. Because it's a key factor of what's going on. Who cares? It's tomorrow. What you need to be worried about is right now. This moment. Right here. Right now. I guess others would call this subliminal messaging. You're subliminal messaging. No, I'm kind of just messing with your psychology a little bit. Your subconscious. I'm more along the lines talking to your subconscious than I am talking to your conscious. Because it's important. All right, this is a little much, but let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Take the volume down on this guy a little bit because it will be overbearing. Let's bring this one up, down a little bit. Try it again. It's going to come. There's no way of stopping it. It's going to happen. Whatever happens the next day, who cares? It's tomorrow. What you need to be worried about is right now. This moment. Right here. Right now. This moment in time. That's so awesome. You guys might not enjoy that, but I do. Oh my God. It works. It really works. Like, yeah. This moment in time. All right. This moment in time, we're gonna add this to about here. Command T, we're gonna drop this sucker down again. And we're gonna bring the volume level up on that one. Let's see what happens again. Whatever happens the next day, who cares? It's tomorrow. What you need to be worried about is right now. This moment. Right here. Right now. This moment in time. Hell, that's the way that's accomplishment. I'm sorry, but that's accomplishment. Because in reality-wise, time is infinite. Well, to us and mankind, it's linear. But in the grand scheme of things, there is no time. It doesn't exist. If you're looking at the solar system and how big the planet is and all that stuff, that really freaking works really well. I'm going to go back and play the whole segment. Oh my God. You know, baby steps, one thing at a time. Enjoy the moments.
the moment that you have, no matter what time or moment you're in. That's what's the key. Like, if you could just savor those moments more than anything else, instead of worrying about what you got to do tomorrow and the next day, it's going to come. There's no way of stopping it. It's going to happen. Whatever happens the next day, who cares? It's tomorrow. What you need to be worried about is right now. This moment. Right here. Right now. This moment in time. Hell, that's the way I've been trying to live. And I think
That's
I'm working on it. I'm getting there. And then next thing you know, I talk with others. And then you can't relate to anybody when everybody's in a negative frame of mind. They cannot relate to you, or at least to me. I've noticed people are having a hard time relating to me because they want to talk about the negativity of their world. And it's like, come on now, it's not that bad. It's this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, oh my God, you don't understand. It's really... Now, you know what's really unique behind that whole deal is I did not anticipate my watch alarm to go off at that moment in time. But yet, in reality-wise, it really went off on that moment in time, which is a unique piece outside of the time frame because of what I was exactly talking about at that moment. And that's unique. I've never had, ever since I've been doing this show, I've never in my entire life had my watch. My watch has gone off in moments in time where it makes a noise, and every time it's done that, it's always done it in a form of when I'm talking about something that's true, and then you'll hear my watch will go, makes this little beep noise, and it's weird how that works in time. And yet this particular moment, my watch alarm was actually going off this whole entire time, which is not something I had intentionally wanted to happen, but it did it anyways. I'm going to replay that again. And I think I'm working on it. I'm getting there. And then next thing you know, I talk with others, and then you can't relate to anybody when everybody's in a negative frame of mind. They cannot relate to you, or at least to me. I've noticed people are having a hard time relating to me because they want to talk about the negativity of their world.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on now.
The negativity of the world. They're talking about the negativity of the world, and it's like the beep is going off at the time that they're talking about the negativity of the world, and can't relate to it. And it's like my watch is going off like crazily status, talking about negativity. It's like, I don't know. It's interesting to me how that works. I've noticed people are having a hard time relating to me because they want to talk about the negativity of their world. And it's like, come on now, it's not that bad. It's this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, oh my God, you don't understand. It's really, really not that bad. All you got to do is just keep your head up and keep doing what you're doing. And you move on through the moments. But worrying about what happened in the past or what's soon to come in the future, why? Seriously, honestly, why? Why not be concerned with what's happening right here, right now? Aha. See, that's a key point, too. I mean, so's the other part, but this one really seems like it. There's all kinds of things happening on the news. Yeah, okay. So, why not be concerned with what's happening right here? Not be concerned with... Yeah, so we're going to take this, cut this. Why not be concerned with what's happening right here, right now? Cut this out, and we're going to drop this down. Maybe Guardians of Forever? Maybe, I think. See what happens. Seriously, honestly, why? Why not be concerned with what's happening right here, right now? Better. There's all kinds of things happening on the news. I mean, God, you see this and you see that, and UFOs this and that and everything else, and who else knows? I mean, the whole world is like going through a bunch of stuff, and then like they're talking all these biblical stuff happening and everything, and I'm looking around like, it's not happening to me. No, it's not happening to me. It's happening to everybody else, but it's not me. I don't see this. What are you like? It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't make sense to me. I mean, yeah, there's all kind of bad crap going on. There's nothing I can do about it.
The only thing I can do about it is control the moments of my world that I'm living in.
Aha. Another key factor. The only thing I control is the moments that I'm living in. Definitely going to put that down there. Wait. Wrong. Command T.
The only thing I can do about it is control the moments of my world that I'm living in.
Okay, we're going to drop this guy down. I want to put this probably in Carl Sagan. And we're going to drop the volume down a little bit. I know I'm whispering. I can't help it. I'm sorry. It's like if I talk too loud while I'm trying to do this, then I might mess up or something. I don't know.
Had crap going on. There's nothing I can do about it. The only thing I can do about it is control the moments of my world that I'm living in.
So I'm going to emphasize that one a little bit more by throwing that in Guardian Forever. Bring Guardian Forever down a little bit and do it again.
I mean, yeah, there's all kind of bad crap going on. There's nothing I can do about it. The only thing I can do about it is control the moments of my world that I'm living in.
Yeah. Okay, so let's bring Carl down. Let's bring this one up a little bit. Let's bring this one down a little bit more. Do it again. See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you're actually editing, and it takes a long time to produce a show. When you're actually doing a show, and there's no one else to do it for you, and you got to do it. I find it a lot of fun. I find it fun because it's the most unique piece putting it together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, putting it together and making it into this creation of like something awesomeness. And only, the person of the creator is able to do that and get the key points of what they're trying to portray. Put me down on pen and paper and try to do this? Forget it. No way in hell. I couldn't get my nouns and pronouns and verbers and adjectives and everything else put together. I couldn't do it. No way. So in this episode, I'm in only 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 30 seconds into this episode. This episode runs about 30 minutes long. So I will bypass the other stuff that is relevant to it of the editing, but I will continue to keep editing in what I have. And any of you that come across where we're in 31 minutes into this. If you ever come across and you're kind of curious on how to make the sounds through the user patches over here, and you're interested, because they give you some normal user patches and sound effects that you could use, like especially under voice and stuff like that, right? But if you're interested in that, I can turn around and make a video on user patches and how to add user patches to that and make something happen or something like that. So it's no big deal. But back to continuing. Let's hear what we got.
It really doesn't make sense to me. I mean, yeah, there's all kind of bad crap going on. There's nothing I can do about it. The only thing I can do about it is control the moments of my world that I'm living in. My kids' world and protecting that at the moment in time and making sure that they grow up through the joys of life and trying to understand life and not handle the big pressure of everything else going on around them. Because they're kids.
Hello,
they need to be
whoever you
having
are.
fun. That's like number one. I want to go back to being a kid. Just worry about coming home when the lights turn on and stuff.
Okay, I'm going to highlight that one because that one is a pretty good point. Let me rewind back here. I'll go a little bit further.
Not handle the big pressure of everything else going on around them.
Oh, God. That'd be nice.
Because they're kids. They need to be having fun. That's like number one. I want to go back to being a kid. Just worry about, coming home when the lights turn on and stuff. The old days.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we're going to take this piece completely out. Command T.
Because they're kids. They need to be having fun. That's like number one. I want to go back to being a kid. Just worry about, coming home when the lights turn on and stuff. The old days.
Okay. Command T again, and we're going to drag this sucker down. And this almost needs like It needs a new one. It needs a new home. It needs a new home. Carl Sagan ain't gonna work, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. Let's see.
Around them. Because they're kids. They need to be having fun. That's like number one. You know, I want to go back to being a kid. Just
I mean, yeah, it can be. Let's take the volume down again. But it just doesn't seem right. It needs a new pop, a different type of a pop.
not handle the big pressure of everything else going on around them. Because they're kids. They need to be having fun. That's like number one. You know, I want to go back to being a kid. Just worry about, you know, coming home when the lights turn on and stuff.
It works.
You know, the old days.
It works, but no. Let's go add a new track here. We're gonna add a new track. We're gonna take this track. Why is this so big? Hey, too big. Okay, so we're gonna take this guy, and we are gonna change it to what? Chromatic George, no. I mean, Chromatic George might work. What about Fintress? Let's see what Fintress sounds like. Single out. Hear it.
Because they're kids. They need to be having fun. That's like number one. You know, I want to go back to being a kid. Just worry about, you know, coming home when the lights turn on and stuff.
That could work.
You know, the old days.
Bring up the volume. Let's single it out and see what happens.
Of everything else going on around them. Because they're kids. They need to be having fun. That's like number one. You know, I want to go back to being a kid. Just worry about, you know, coming home when the lights turn on and stuff. You know, the old days. As soon as the lights come.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit different. I mean, it works, but I don't know. Let's try Chromatic George. We didn't do Chromatic George. Let's try that.
Because they're kids. They need to be having fun. That's like number one. You know, I want to go back to being a kid. Just worry about, you know, coming home when the lights turn on and stuff. You know, the old days.
Okay, that could work. Let's bring this down more. Let's bring this guy up a little bit. Bring this one down a little bit. Hear it again.
Not handle the big pressure of everything else going on around them. Because they're kids. They need to be having fun. That's like number one. You know, I want to go back to being a kid. Just worry about, you know, coming home when the lights turn on and stuff.
That works.
You know, the old days. As soon as the lights come on and the street lamps, you better get your butt home, otherwise you're going to get in trouble. Yeah, I remember those days. That was my time frame as a kid, you know, going outside and playing and having fun. Today's world is a whole different ballgame for these kids. It's like they're living in tablets and their computers and their Xboxes and 360s and whatever the hell else new technology shit that they have. Oh, Oculus Rift, I guess. A 3D virtual world. Pretty soon it's like, it's almost like we're not even going to be, you know, we're not even going to be like going to work or something. We're going to be staying at home, putting on a machine and turning around working from home as a surrogate or something. Weird. And whatever. I mean, hell, if that's one way to, you know, do work and then, you know, operate a robot and I can stay at home, that's cool. That could be a lot of fun. I wouldn't have to leave my house. Just operate the robot. That could be so bad in so many ways too at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, a lot of fun things have been going on this summer. Kids have been enjoying their summer, and now it's like time to get serious and getting gear and going to school and at certain times, and it's like, oh my God. It's going to be a party though at the same time when the kids go back to school. I know it. So many parents are going to be like, oh, thank you God. Thank you, God, they're back in school. Oh, yay! The teachers get to deal with them, and I get to be at home for 6 hours alone. Yay!
Oh, thank God whoever invented school made it so much easier. I mean, it's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of fun with the kids, because during the summertime you can take them places and go to the park, go to the beach, go here, go there. And, you know, you have a lot of fun with them, going different places. Or swimming or barbecuing. I mean, that's my most favorite is barbecuing. I love barbecuing. Let them swim in the pool and me go barbecue. Oh yeah, I could do that. That's heaven. Heaven. We took, oh my God. So I ended up taking the little ones up to the mountains where I live, and they had just redone a whole entire brand new park. That is so nice. I mean, really, it is so nice. And the most coolest thing about it is that after when we get there, the kids get all excited, and we see like 4 or 5 adults that are running around the park playing tag, and it's like a dusk time. You know, the sun pretty much gone down over the mountain, and the street lights haven't come on yet or anything like that. It's just getting there, right? The sun is setting. It's kind of late at night, about 8:30 almost, and the street lamps don't almost come on until 9. At least
At that
out
time.
here. And these guys were running around the park really, really fast. As they're running around the park really, really fast, they're sitting there playing tag. I was kind of wondering what the hell they were doing. And I was like, oh my God, they're playing tag. And I was almost inclined to jump in and play tag with them and everything like that, because I haven't played tag in like 20 years. Now that I think about it, yeah, it's been well over 20 years since I played tag. And no, I wasn't. Me and running was not an option, but me and the swing were an option that I could do, you know. So in this, I have thought about going through and adding some sound effects and stuff like that, and adding the ambient sound in the background of the park, which is what I might do. I haven't decided yet. I might add layers of more sound design. I like to do that. Put the person there, because then now they really feel the park that I'm talking about and the swing set. So I don't know. I might do that. I might not. It just takes a little bit longer doing more sound design. It just depends, you know, if the point getting across or not, and if the point's being made, then go ahead and add the sound design. So I just wanted to add that. It brought back childhood memories as a kid when I'd run out, you know, as soon as recess hit back in elementary school, because, you know, elementary school
sound
had
design.
swings.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I was so upset and found out when junior high happened there was no swings at junior high. It's like, are you serious? Why? Why? It's not fair. It's a whole different playground at that point. I love swinging, especially in like junior high. We had these massive, huge swings that were built, and oh my God, you could swing really high on these things. You can get up so high that you can almost see on top of the roof of the school, and they're pretty tall. Well, these swings were pretty big and tall too, and high. You can get up there pretty high, swinging back and forth. And my little ones would come running over, and they're like, I want to swing. I'm like, no, I'm swinging. They're like, Daddy. I'm like, no, it's mine. I'm swinging. I was here first. Get off. Leave me alone. You go over there, and you swing on that one. This is mine. Okay, so we're going to add Daddy into this. Where is it at? Swings were pretty big and tall too, and high. You can get up there pretty high, swinging back and forth. And my little ones would come running over, and they're like, I want to swing. I'm like, no, I'm swinging. They're like, Daddy. I'm like, yeah, they're like, Daddy. Come on. There it is. Where's it at? I want to swing. I'm like, no, I'm swinging. They're like, Daddy. I'm like, there it is, right here. Like, Daddy. I'm like, no. So we're going to cut this out right here. Like, Daddy. I'm like, cut. And we're going to grab this guy, and I'm just going to take the whole thing down to collar. And let's see how that works.
I want to swing. I'm like, no, I'm swinging. They're like, Daddy. I'm like, no, it's mine. That works. That works. I want to swing. I'm like, no, I'm swinging. They're like, Daddy. I'm like, no, it's mine. I'm swinging. I was here first. Get off. Leave me alone. You go over there, and you swing on that one. This is mine. And I'm fighting with my kids like a little kid, like because I'm being a little kid right now. Because, hell, I don't ever get to be a little kid. And when I get to be a little kid, I'm gonna take advantage of that little kid, and I'm gonna be a kid. Damn it! They just call me a big K. You know, a big kid, or Burger King, but big kid. And so we're sitting there playing and everything, and the kids, you know, trading spots. There, one of them has this neat little seat that they invented, which is for like a mom and a baby or something. Like the mom can get inside there and, you know, kind of buckle down in a way, and then the baby can sit in front of her and she swings back and forth. And it's really, really cool and cute. It's like, wow, that's really, you know, great engineering, whoever invented that. And it's a stable seat that rocks similar to a swing rock for a bench at Lowe's or Home Depot or something. It was really, really nice. And then the wife and I came across the teeter-totter. Oh, yes, the teeter-totter. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember the teeter-totter thing, but let me describe this one to you. This is so cool.
So the teeter-totter, I'm going to emphasize that.
Oh, yes, the teeter-totter.
Yeah, we're going to emphasize that.
Oh, yes, the teeter-totter.
And we're going to grab this sucker and bring it down here. See how that goes.
And I came across the teeter-totter. Oh, yes, the teeter-totter. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember the teeter-totter thing, but let me describe this one to you. This is so cool. This sucker was big, all made out of metal and plastic and stuff, and it was pretty long. And it had 4 seats on it. I've never seen a teeter-totter with 4 seats. It's only ever 2 seats, right? And long ago, back in the day, the teeter-totters were done on a pipe. They would have this long pipe and then like a little bench at one end and a bench on the other, and then you would get on one side and the other person would get on one side, and it was like a scale where it would go back and forth, and you had to use your feet to kick off the ground. So much fun, right? Now, here me and the wife are a lot older, a lot bigger, and everything like that. We're sitting here going back and forth, and it's the one moment in time. The one moment in time I can see my wife laughing so much like a little kid because I was launching her up in the air and she was almost coming off the teeter-totter. She's like, oh my God.
One moment in time.
The one moment in time I can...
That is important.
The one moment in time I can see my wife laughing so much like a little kid because I was launching her up in the air and she was almost coming off the teeter-totter. She's like, oh my God.
So we're going to take this guy. I'm going to option drag this sucker down to Chromatic George. Whoops. No. Come back down. Right there. And we're going to take this and we're going to adjust the volume down a little bit. And let's see how that works.
Sitting here going back and forth, and it's the one moment in time. The one moment in time I can see my wife laughing so much like a little kid because I was launching her up in the air and she was almost coming off the teeter-totter. She's like, oh my God. And she was actually smiling from ear to ear, grinning from one side to the other. And I'm like, wow, there's the kid I know. Where you been? When were you going to come out and play?
Yes. Okay, this right here. Right here.
Wow, there's the kid I know. Where you been? When were you going to come out and play?
This may not seem important, but it is very, very important. So we're going to grab this and put this here. And we're going to adjust the volume here. And let's hear what it sounds like all together.
Bigger and everything like that. We're sitting here going back and forth, and it's the one moment in time. The one moment in time I can see my wife laughing so much, like a little kid, because I was launching her up in the air, and she was almost coming off the teeter-totter. She's like, "Oh my god!" And she was actually smiling.
Somebody was in here earlier,
grinning from one side to the other, and I'm like, "Wow, there's the kid I know." Where you been? When are you going to come out and play?
God, that's so nice. That's so nice how that came out. Did you come in earlier and then left again, or was it that you just now showed up? Because there was somebody else in here. They didn't say anything. They just popped in for a second and left. I was explaining something at that moment in time, too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. They didn't even notify you? That sucks, man. They said that they did say that YouTube doesn't notify people when they go live. Like, you have to have like all notifications on just to be able to get the notification that the person went live. Which I could walk you through that. I wonder if I could do that. Yeah, I'd have to walk you through it on somebody's YouTube channel. I'd have to physically show you. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Intermission. Here, 1 second. I'm going to put you on. Be right back. That way nothing pops out. I don't think it would, but I just want to... Okay. Here. Nope. Subscribe. Sorry, Linus. I hate to do this, but that's all right. Hey, real quick. All right, here you go to the subscribe button. Make sure it hits all on your subscribe of whatever channel you're at. Because if it's personalized or something else, then it won't be. But you've got to make sure it's on all. Sorry, Linus. You're gonna end up getting more views or something because I put that on my show. No. What number is that? 5151. I'll have to add that in the notes. Uh-oh. Wow. All right, here we go. We're back to this. Okay, cool. All right, let me rewind this. I'm editing, and we're like only 13 minutes in.
The one moment in time I can see my wife laughing so much, like a little kid, because I was launching her up in the air, and she was almost coming off the teeter-totter. She's like, "Oh my god!" And she was actually smiling from ear to ear, grinning from one side to the other. And I'm like, "Wow, there's the kid I know." Where you been? When are you going to come out and play?
I like that.
I finally got her to play it, and she was having fun. It was like, oh my god, this is heaven. This is so much heaven. Like, no. You couldn't...
Okay, I'm emphasizing. Again, this is important. Very, very important. Where's it at?
Oh my god, this is heaven.
Is that it?
Play it, and she was having fun. It was like, oh my god, this is heaven.
That's it.
This is so much. Oh my god, this is...
Okay. That's the one.
Oh my god, this is heaven. This is so much heaven. Like, no. You couldn't... Not a care in the world. Not anything else to do. Not anything going about paying bills or we got to go here, go there. No. Just sitting at the park, playing with the kids in that moment in time and just enjoying the peace of serenity. It's like, oh, wow. I don't want to leave. This is like, I just want to save this forever because nothing else mattered except for playing and having fun. It's great.
That whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But I'm going to, and the whole thing. No. I got an idea.
Oh my God, this is heaven.
Got an idea. It might work. Let's see. I have an idea. Because it is a key point too. So let's see.
Like, oh my God, this is heaven. Like, oh my God, this is heaven. This is so much heaven.
This is so much heaven. We got it. Okay, this has got to go here. And then this has also got to go here. And then this has to come down.
It was like, oh my God, this is heaven. This is so much heaven.
What were you saying? I don't know. That worked really well right there. It did. Let me hear it again.
I finally got her to play it, and she was having fun. It was like, oh my God, this is heaven. This is so much heaven. Like,
Oh yeah. That works. And this is gonna have to come down. But this has got to go. This has got to go to chromatic. No, it's got to go to chromatic George. I hate that when it happens. Okay, I got to take it to chromatic George. This has got to go down a lot. Let me bring this down, and let's see.
she was having fun. It was like, oh my God, this is heaven. This is so much heaven. Like, no. You couldn't, not a care in the world, not anything else to do, not anything going about paying
Yeah.
bills or we got to go here, go there. No, just sitting at the park, playing with the kids in that moment in time and just enjoying the peace of serenity. It's like, oh, wow. I don't want to leave. This is like, I just want to save this forever because nothing else matters except for playing and having fun. It's great. Finally,
Perfect.
we got the.
I like that.
we got the.
What do you think? You get to vote on that one. I think that worked really, really well. It flowed together and ended with music at the same time, and yet it was like an emphasis popped in it. You know, I don't know. It just seemed like it worked really well. We're gonna go back and listen.
So much fun, right? Now, here me and the wife are a lot older, a lot bigger, and everything like that. We're sitting here going back and forth, and it's the one moment in time. The one moment in time I can see my wife
think so?
laughing so much like a little kid because I was launching her up in the air and she was almost coming
Yeah.
off the teeter-totter. She's like, oh my God. And she was actually smiling from ear to ear, grinning from one side to the other. And I'm like, wow, there's the kid I know. Where you been? When were you going to come out and play? I finally got her to play it, and she was having fun. It was like, oh my God, this is heaven. This is so much heaven. Like,
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Right here. I'm gonna cut this. Slide this down. Warp factor. And so much heaven too? And warp factor? I don't know. That's too much overlay.
she was having fun. It was like, oh my God, this is heaven. This is so much heaven. Like, no.
Yeah.
You couldn't, not a care in the world, not anything else to do, not anything going about paying bills or we got to go here, go there. No, just sitting at the park,
Yeah.
playing with the kids
Yeah.
in that moment in time and just enjoying the peace of serenity. It's like, oh, wow. I don't want to leave. This is like, I just want to save this forever because nothing else matters except for playing and having fun. It's great.
This is what I'm doing. I'm playing and having fun
Finally.
right now.
We got the twins out there. I got Bubba with me and Rai Rai with Mom, and we're going back and forth on the teeter-totter. And they were having a blast. And then they were like, I can't touch the ground. I was like, yeah, so what? You just sit there. Let Mom and Dad do it. You're going along for the ride, okay? Buckle up. It was so much fun. Then we get over to the monkey bars. Well, some of you remember the monkey bars as this ginormous dome, right? And then you get up inside the monkey bars and, act like a monkey and everything like that. Well, this was not necessarily a monkey bar. This was like a monkey cage.
Monkey cage.
Where it had different platforms inside it. And it was like this round sphere. And I couldn't help myself.
Gonna have fun
I
with Dark
could not help
Symbiote on
myself.
this one.
I went in there and I started crawling around like a monkey and I started acting like a monkey. And then it just kind of got a hold of me and I really started like losing it as a monkey because I crawled up to the top of it. And I'm like, I don't know, a story high, 2-story high on top of the dang thing. And I just like, oh yeah. Dark Symbiote. Yeah, that was good. Oh my god. That is going to be good. Right here. Let's see. It's going to sound a little weird and funny, but it's going to be kind of funny. Oh my god. Let's see. For the ding thing. And I just like a little loud, but it's kind of funny. Let's bring it down a little. Maybe that might work. Top of the ding thing. And I just like that's good. I like it. Listen, the kids are like, oh my god, Daddy's a freak. Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna drag this one down straight and see how that works. Oh my god. I start listening. The kids are like, oh my god, Daddy's a freak. Ah, that's so cool. I couldn't help it. I was beating on my chest and I was like, this is mine. Oh. One of them started coming up, started trying to crawl up to where I was. I started losing it on them. Oh. They're just like, Dad's an animal. God. Let's do that. Or Dad's an animal. Take this guy out. We're going to put this one down here in collar. And then, let's see. They're just like, Dad's an animal. Oh, you can't even hear it. Bummer. Could. Maybe? Let's see. Dad's an animal. All right. Let's take this guy. Gonna take the music out a little bit. We're gonna go over here. And let me bring that down a little bit. They're just like, Dad's an animal. That's better. And I couldn't help it. And then I had to crawl back down, and I had made monkey noises all the way down the cage, back down to the ground, flip down and out, and then I took off.
Really? Higher? Higher? It's almost 5, 0, -5. No, +5.
They're just like,
Dad's an animal.
Yeah.
and I couldn't help it. And then I had to crawl back down, and I had made monkey noises all the way down the cage, back down to the ground, flip down and out, and then I took off running over to the swing. They're like, "Where are you going?" I'm going to the swing. And they're like, "No, I'm going to the swing." And now we're racing each other trying to get to the swing. It's like, oh man, why is it that you're gonna do what I want to do? I want to do it, and you want to do what I want to do. That's not fair. It's mine. No. So none of them can actually do anything their own. They all want to do the same thing, whatever the one is doing. It's funny as hell. Funny as hell.
No individuality yet.
But I guess that's what happens with siblings. They always want to do what the other one's doing. So we get over to the swings and we start.
It's the most funniest thing, right? It's honest to God that when one of them says they have to go to the bathroom, then all three of them say that they have to go to the bathroom at the same damn time. Every time. And then they all take off running to the bathroom to go to the bathroom because somehow they forgot that they had to go to the bathroom. It's like, really? Can't you just go to the bathroom? Why do you have to announce it so everybody else can? It's a game to run to the toilet. Oh my God. Siblings.
Start swinging again on the swings and everything. We're having fun and blast. And I start teaching each one of them how to swing. They're like, I can't do it. I can't help me. Yeah, you push me. No, I'm not pushing you. I show you how to do this. I show you. Go like this. And forward, back, and finally get the momentum going. And you're able to start swinging when you can't touch the ground. Because they wanted me to push them. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. No. You can swing. You got to swing back and forth. Go back and forth. And then you get yourself going, and then you can start swinging. They're like, I did it. And I'm like, yeah, see? Told you. You don't need anybody to push you when you're on the swing. You can do it yourself. This is a one occupant. What do you call this? Hold on, I just skipped my brain here. It's a one occupant, self-reliant system. Wow, that was a mouthful for scientific language. Jesus. Anyhow,
You try to communicate that to the kids, and they look at you like, what are you talking about? So you think the audio needs to go higher? Really? All right, let's change this to adaptive limiter then.
what do you call this? Hold on, I just skipped my brain here. It's a one occupant, self-reliant system. Wow, that was a mouthful for scientific language. Jesus. Anyhow, yeah. So they were all like having a blast swinging on the swing, and finally it's like all of a sudden the lights turned on, and it was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. We gotta go home.
See, it's pretty loud though. Yeah, but the loudness meter is showing that it's peaking at, it was -8. It was peaking up pretty high on the loudness side. But I don't really want to go too much higher because then it will be distorted, especially with the monkey noise. Let's see.
What do you call this? Hold on, I just skipped my brain here. It's a one occupant, self-reliant system. Wow, that was a mouthful for scientific language. Jesus.
See, I'm even tapping
Anyhow,
in the red over here.
Yeah, so they were all like having a blast swinging on the swing, and finally it's like all of a sudden the lights turned on, and it was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. We gotta go home. And as soon as the sun goes down, right?
Is it the volume on your side is not loud enough? Is that what it sounds like? Because it's pretty loud on this side. Because that could be. Maybe the volume's not turned up all the way. Oh. Oh, yeah. I actually don't even really use that too much. Yeah, I don't really use the meter too much, except for when it gets close to peaking. But I'm also monitoring on this over here of the output, what you're seeing on the stream, and it's pretty like big, pretty loud. And when I went back and checked the other stream, it was I think it was pretty loud. I mean, it came in pretty clear and pretty loud. So I did put a limiter on it. Made the gain go up. I mean, I can go up a little higher, but I don't know, that really might be kind of high though.
Because they wanted me to push them. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. No. You could swing. You got to swing back and forth. Go back and forth, and then you get
That's a
yourself
little
going,
louder.
and then you can start swinging. They're like, I did it! And I'm like, yeah, see? Told you. You don't need anybody to push you when you're on the swing. You can do it yourself. This is a one-occupant what do you call this? Hold on, I just skipped my brain here. It's a one-occupant, self-reliant system. Wow, that was a mouthful.
In the actual audio of the track right here, in the volume control. Is that how you do it?
Scientific language.
Ah.
Jesus. Anyhow, yeah. So they were all like having a blast swinging on the swing, and we finally, it's like all of a sudden
See, and then I peak. That's what's so bizarre. Like, it's weird. Like, it peaks right here.
Frank, scientific language. Jesus. Anyhow, yeah. So they were.
That's a high peak. At least on my end and my headset, it's really loud when that happens. And I try to keep it most as monotone as possible because it peaks too much. Because I guess I take my voice all over the place. Yeah, but even with the ad limiter though, it seems like it. I don't think it will peak here on the ad limiter. Let's see.
Scientific language. Jesus. Anyhow, yeah. So they were all like having a blast swinging on the swing, and we finally
Didn't even
like,
get close.
all of a sudden the lights turned on, and it was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. We gotta go home.
After when I get done doing all the autoing, wow, the horsing and everything like that, and I get it all typed in and dialed in, then I'll go back and probably add some of the sound effects of the playground and stuff like that, I'm thinking, and then run it back through with the loudness meter and double check how everything is going to be, and then start doing the final adjustments of all the sound. But right now I'm just doing all the main voice editing stuff. So I guess, I mean, I could do it, but it's like, nah, it'd take too long to do it. So I just figured to do the voicing stuff and then go back. Later on, I
as soon
think
as
I'll
the
do
sun
other
goes down.
videos of
Right.
that.
I mean, it does not matter. My little bonbon, man, anytime the sun starts to go down, if she's at any other location other than home, she has issues. Like, she wants to go home as soon as the sun goes down. Like, it's time to go home. The only time that she's okay is if we're in the car driving somewhere. So we have to be driving somewhere, either to home or to a bed. That's because that's where she wants to go, right? She wants to get comfortable and go to bed or relax. But she's definitely a homebody as soon as the sun goes down.
She's afraid that she can turn into a pumpkin at nighttime or something like that. Like, she is freaked at night. Yeah, and she's been that way ever since she was a tiny little baby, man. She used to scream on top of her lungs if we were out at a restaurant or something at nighttime and the sun went down. She had issues.
My only hope is that she's definitely not going to be one of them night party animals, which I don't see that happening in her teenage years. That she's going to be like, sun's down, it's time to go. Time to go home now. Which is a good thing. The other ones, not so much. The other ones are like, they don't really care. And for them, they just want to eat because they don't want to fall asleep. If they don't eat, then they start getting tired and like want to crash and fall asleep. And that's usually what happens when they get in the car. They get in the car and we start taking off for a drive, 30-minute drive, 20-minute drive. Next thing you know, they're out every time. and then it's a peaceful ride home. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I plan to do that again. Take them up there during the week or the weekend or something like that. Especially if they do everything that they're supposed to be doing, chores and stuff. And
The Vegas
doing
trip
things
is
that they're
always
supposed
nice.
to be doing, then we will go and do that. But we'll see what happens.
If we go to Vegas
No.
and they pass
Who
out.
knows?
I'm sorry, I have just now beamed you out of the episode. Are you enjoying this show? Are you finding it intriguing what you're hearing? So you decide to help expand this show for others to hear as well? And you have a interstellar frequency coffee mug.
You've invited people over to your house. They see you drinking out of this coffee mug. They ask you, what is this coffee mug? Where did you get this? What is this? And now, you have to think about that for a moment.
Now, you are in your own time and dimension and space.
What is it that you're going to tell them? How are you going to describe this show? What is this? How do you handle that? Imagine what it could be. How would you tell it? What would you say to them?
I think that works as a commercial,
Would
don't
you
you?
immediately tell them?
You
I
absolutely
mean, it's a rip-off from the previous
gotta look
one.
this
but-
show up on Google and listen to this show.
If this happened to me, this is what I would say.
Dude, you got to go experience this show. This is the interstellar frequency experience. You will find that your mind will be playing a movie while listening to it.
Now that you have just experienced this mentally, I say to you, go to interstellarfrequency.info/store. Find this coffee
Are you
mug
saying
and
my
click on
commercial
it.
is
It will
evil?
take you to my Etsy
How
store
sad.
where you can purchase it and have it shipped to you
It's a creative piece of
whatever
art. What are you
time
talking about?
of dimension that you're in. They also do international shipping across this blue marble floating through space and time. Take a moment and pause this episode as I will do the same for you for 8 seconds, which will allow you time to pause
Oh my god.
and click on the store link in the description.
You know, that reminds me context to my pops. You know, when we used to watch TV back in the day, before we had what we have now, he had the remote next to his chair. And anytime a commercial came on, he would grab the remote and he'd be like sitting there trying to push the mute button as much as possible because of the subliminal messaging that they're saying, you know, in screen. Are you having problems sleeping at night? That's okay. We can give you sleep forever. All you have to do is contact your doctor. Side effects may include anal leakage and some other crap. It was like, oh my god. Are you kidding me? What kind that's an effect. That's not a side effect, okay? Oh my god. But he would always mute the commercials because he hated them, and so do I. So I will gladly pay money not to have to deal with commercials. No.
Below.
Hell, I pay for YouTube, so I don't have to see the commercials either. I can't stand it.
Thank you. I am now going to be beaming you back to your previously audio recording.
No doubt. No doubt. Yes, I do have a commercial in this. Well, that's
So-
pretty much it. I pretty much did all the editing and autoing and everything like that, and I'll have to go back and do the rest. Yeah, that's a lot of editing, autoing, autoing, I guess you would call that. So I'm thinking. So for this is part 2, I think is what I named it. In 18 minutes, I probably am going to have to put these caption pieces, go back in there and put these caption pieces in where specific moments in time. And I'm still trying to figure out, auto editing. I'll have to figure out how to add the notes where it breaks it up along the bottom of the YouTube. That's still something that I've got to figure out to make it easier. Because earlier I had somebody pop in, didn't say a thing or anything like that, but they happened to pop in for a second. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then they ended up taking off. I was like, oh, damn. I don't know. Nobody ever wanted to say hi or something. They probably saw it and saw my goofy butt talking here, and they're like, yeah, no. But that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting some of the captions of different spots of what I'm talking about in that moment in time or something. But this works. It's an hour and 19 minutes long of a stream. That is forever. So I guess I'll end it here for now. Yeah. And that will be it, because the rest was just jibber jabber Josh. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. But that's the thing about YouTube though. They don't notify anybody unless they're fully bailed up and everything, and then they'll notify them, and that's the only way you get notified that somebody's going live. And then they'll go back and watch the video later or something. Once I end the stream, then YouTube is going to take forever to process it and then redo it and stuff like that. On the other hand, I did do a recording of this at the same time. So not only is it doing it live, it's also doing a recording. So I could go back, throw it in Final Cut, and cut it up to important key points of talking. So it makes it a smaller video or something like that. I was thinking of doing. And, I'm adding all this extra work on top of doing stuff, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, I'll end it here and hit you up later. And have a good night. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Like it, give it a thumbs up.